Hi, and welcome to my life in sundown Central Texas. So, it is Sunday, so everybody who had a chance to go to Hack Your Health this year is done having their good time, and they're either one more night in a hotel or heading for home. I did not get to go. Not that you can tell from my amount of video output. I've been looking at what other people have been recording because they got to be there and they were all jazzed about it. And that's kind of cool. I kind of giggled a bit when a group from Hack Your Health, including Dr. Baker, wound up across at this barbecue place everyone goes on about, claiming to be the third busiest restaurant in the country or something like that. I don't remember what all they said, but if you go look at his videos, you'll hear the spiel. And they didn't have a line anywhere near like what you'd see at Cooper's over in Llano. And they were talking about how much they serve on Saturday. Cooper's serves like that almost every dang day. And I like their food. I've had barbecue all over Central Texas. Salt Lake is pretty good. They come close. But I don't know, it's just not what I want as much as Cooper's. I really like going to Cooper's. And Cooper's has a website. So if you're too busy to go to Llano for lunch, you can order it, but I don't know if it's going to be as good as getting it hot and fresh. I went to the store a little later in the evening than I wanted to. And then I got home and put everything up to find out it was doggy time. But remember what I've said before, it's always doggy time. My best friend has a bladder the size of a thimble. I also got myself a no-no item today. I'm having a Sprite Zero, which means it is a soda, and a sugar-free soda at that, but it's got whichever kind of chemicals in it. When occasionally I decide to sweeten my yogurt, I use allulose, and I spoon a little bit in, stir it in good, yum yum. But it has been hot and humid. Not sure if I got sweat in my eyes or an eyelash or something. Hey buddy, you want over here with me? Yeah, it's almost bedtime. Loki's in there drinking things he should not really be bothering with. So I figured I'd have something I shouldn't be bothering with. And that can be a vicious circle. Hi, buddy. How you doing? He's looking, but he's not seeing the dog across the street. Okay. I finally broke down and took the large pale blue berry from the one older blueberry bush. It was amazing. I hope next year I get more than one berry off of it. And the remaining berries on the small one are real tiny and kind of dried out. I think I will be leaving those for the birds. I might just pull them all and toss them out into the yard. That way the birds will find them. But not till it's daylight. Oh. Yep. I figured I'd be hitting the store today, so that's like up my step count. Because semi-retired Bob is doing his step count for June this year instead of July. Oh, it's a nice breeze right now. I may not be out in the desert where Bob will eventually be, but I remember being out there. The evenings can be so wonderful, and sunsets are beautiful in the desert area because the various colors of dust and sand give you these layers in the sunset. Oh, yeah. I had a bag and a half of meat items, and Mitch, old guy carnivore, he's been trying a bunch of different ground beef and Wagyu beef and bison and stuff like that. And I'm really not a big fan of ground beef, but I did find a small package of ground Wagyu beef. What you doing, buddy? I think he just wanted out to sniff the breeze and anything else that's close enough for him to sniff. Dogs. I do like dogs. Even little bitty useless ones. And he is, him and the cat both. They eat plenty. That one eats mine all the time. It's like, Mommy, you gotta share that with me. I'm like, what? It's supposed to be my dinner. He goes, I'm your dog, you're supposed to share that with me. Well, that's what I imagine his half of the conversation to be. And tomorrow is Monday, so I need to make sure I get a good night's sleep. And the mystery citrus and the little baby avocado seedling, they're doing well. And the pot full of basil seems to be doing all right. Now, this time of year, it's just a matter of watching the thermometers rise and rise and rise and try to give everything enough water to keep it alive until things cool off in the fall. What you doing, puppy? I don't think I can turn the camera to the other side of the phone while it's in use, or I'd show him to you. He's just standing on the top deck, sniffing at the breeze, like he's gonna detect any ice giants or other monsters, shapeshifters, whatever. And he's gonna detect them and warn me about them and get me to go in the house. It's nighttime and it's Central Texas, and we're far enough out from Austin that he's in danger of things like bobcats and coyotes more than I'm in danger of ice giants and shapeshifters. Wrong part of the world for those anyway. Maybe skinwalkers. He doesn't know. He never took up any kind of intense reading of mythology. went and I walked all over the grocery store. Oh, small aircraft. High wing. You usually see low wing out here in the agricultural areas, or maybe it's a helicopter, but I think it's a high wing aircraft because a helicopter would not have something that's at the length of the wing out, but not moving. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Not my bird to worry about. The intense case of caffeinated beverages for Lyrical arrived today. Before he did, in fact. So I brought them in so they'd be losing some of the heat. We got enough of a situation with that one. His mother's actually starting to think there could be an advantage in getting him diagnosed. That way, if he needs some help here and there along the way in his life, he's got something to point at and say, this is why I need help. Well, he spends a lot of time making himself be functional. He's done a pretty good job of getting out the door and going to school all the last couple semesters. And he's going to have to ride with his mom next semester, or him and his brother are going to have to pull their heads out of where the sun don't shine and figure out how they can behave decently and ride in the same vehicle without their mother having to worry about it. Plus, the younger one has to start learning. That's going to be fun. It's also going to be expensive for somebody, but not them. What's up, buddy? What's up? Little blonde self is right over there on the top step. Traffic's still moving around. I'm going in as soon as I can get away with it. That's why my phone is not on the stand right now. But I made sure to get eggs. We didn't have quite enough eggs today. Loki and I had 2 each and a few strips of bacon and called that breakfast or lunch or something. Mostly or something. Oh, I was talking about some ground wagyu. It's made up already into 2 patties and they're stacked so that they can vacuum pack them together. And when they're vacuum packed or impact sealed or whatever they call it in that kind of plastic, then you will begin to notice right away if it starts to balloon or go bad on you. Do you need to go, buddy? You want to go again? It's almost bedtime. You should get down there and go if you're gonna. So I got a whole big 30 count tray of eggs. I looked at the 36 first, but Thing is, when I'm looking at eggs, I'm not just looking to see, are none of them cracked? Oh my, I don't want to spend money for cracked eggs. Well, I mean, I look at that too, but I look at a 3-digit code for the day of the year in which those eggs were collected from hens in whatever arrangement a particular retail egg facility might have. And they are washed and packaged and sent out for retail sale. And that 3-digit code directly corresponds with the number of the day of the year. So January 1st is 001. Most years end with 365. This year, being a leap year, it's going to end with 366. And if you look at the number that is closest to today's date, well, first you look at what number day of the year is it. And it might be day 157. So if you can find eggs that are marked 147, they're 10 days old. If you find eggs that are marked 150, they're a week old. Guess which ones I would rather have? I know that I will react poorly to eggs if they're older. I know, in theory, older eggs are better for some purposes because the shells will come off or they'll whip better. I don't care. I don't want my stomach sick. There, now that's a thing you can begin to use immediately. That is information you have received freely. Freely, I have received, and freely, I give. And you can use it too. Now, it might be at various places where the package is stippled with, best by date, blah, blah, blah. And you know they pull that number out of their behinds. But the production date, that's the number that matters to me. I don't want eggs that are very old. If I could keep some chickens, and I could make sure I was eating that day's eggs, that's what I would do. But I don't have any place to keep them. Are you ready to go in? Are you, buddy? You're my sweet friend, aren't you? Yeah. He's being a good boy. He's just kind of sniffing around. But that's the door you're sniffing at. Do you want to go in already? I wasn't sure if you wanted to go in already. Yep. He's moving away from the door now because I threatened to take him in. Still, it is almost bedtime. It is 9:30. I'm going to go in there and swallow some more Cerule products. I honestly believe they're doing me some good. And I've been out of the N-acetylcysteine, and that's just an isolated protein taken as a supplement. It's supposed to help with body recomposition, and I think I saw it in a list of stuff that's good for brain health. I'll double check that. I don't want to say something like that. I know I'm not the only person around who's doing brain recovery. I mean, there's people who need to do brain recovery because they've been hit harshly too often while boxing or playing football or rugby. And as American as I am and as Texan as I am, I like rugby better than football, American football, or soccer. Although there's some suckers out there that give as good as they get on any given day. am one of those people who does not think that women's sports should be a fallback for anybody who's crappy in men's league. If you can't play and you figure you're more likely to get a scholarship or a medal or whatever competing against the women, then just give it up. Or play chess. Or checkers. Because I can get excited over a good chess match. I don't play enough to challenge anybody or get, start anything, but I'll watch. And the dog is reduced to chewing on his back, so it must be time to go in. Because he's not even sniffing the breeze now. Okay, I've gone to the store and bought stuff that's good for me. And I would like to know if you are also eating things that are good for you. You can leave a comment. You can just say hi. Hit the thumbs up, whatever. I'm not doing any, you have to be a paying member of this channel to get whatever. No, I'm not doing that. I still haven't come up with anything I want to get specific about for my first live stream. Now that that's an option. I got plenty of videos. I got plenty of shorts. I have little dog. He'll be part of it, whatever I'm doing. But yeah, it's getting late. So y'all take as good care of yourself as you can, okay? I'd like to hear about how your life is going. I'm a grandma after all. But take care. Grandma loves you and wants you to be safe. Bye-bye.